Good morning, guys. It's Mrs. Bergman. Happy Thursday. Today is Thursday, March 19th, and I'd like to show you how to do those problems that you did for homework last night. Hopefully you've already submitted them. They were due at 8 a.m. If you have not already submitted them, make sure to get them in. I'm going to show you how to do them now. So, watch this before you take your quiz today, because this is exactly how you should be doing your quiz today. Recording yourself and explaining it just like I am to you. So, number 22, the design of the elliptical racetrack with an eccentricity of 0.75 is shown. What's the maximum width W of the track? So W, it's along the minor axis, so we know W is equal to 2 times B. 1,000 has to be equal to 2 times A since it's the major axis. So if the eccentricity is 0.75, remember eccentricity is equal to C divided by A. So if we plug these numbers in order to find C, we have 0.75 for E. We don't know the C value, but we know that A has to be equal to 500 since 1,000 divided by 2 is 500. So now to solve this for C, you need to multiply by 500 on both sides, which gives you 375 for C. So if the C value is 375, now to find the B value, we use this formula. C squared equals A squared minus B squared. Okay, so 375 squared equals 500 squared minus B squared. Rearrange it by adding B on both sides and subtracting 375 squared on both sides. Now to get B by itself, we need to square root both sides. Normally we would do positive or negative, but C represents a distance, so it can only be positive. I'm sorry, B. Okay, now plug this into your calculator. And you get B is equal to 330.72. But the width of the track is 2 times B, so the width is equal to 2 times 330.72, so just hit times 2 in your calculator. The maximum width is 661.44 feet. That's part A. Now part B asks you to write an equation for the ellipse if the origin X is located at the center of the racetrack. So if we're talking about the center of the racetrack being the origin, that means that the center is at 0, 0, which means H and K are both 0. Since this is an ellipse that's arranged with the major axis horizontal, we'll use the equation x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equals 1. Now all you have to do is fill in the a value and the b value. So you get x squared over 500 squared plus y squared over 330.72 squared equals 1. Now simplify this. You get 250,000. And for the other, you get 109,375. And it's equal to 1. That equation represents this ellipse. Okay, let's go to number 23. Here are the answers for number 23. If you got these, you can go ahead and skip ahead to number 73. If not, pay attention so you can learn how to do it. So it says a carpenter has been hired to construct a sign for a pet grooming business. The plans for the sign call for an elliptical shape with an eccentricity of 0.6 and a length of 36 inches. What's the maximum height of the sign? So the height is the minor axis. It's equal to 2 times b. The major axis is equal to 36. That means 36 is equal to 2 times a. Therefore, a is equal to 18. Now we're doing the exact same thing we did on the last problem. Remember, eccentricity is equal to c divided by a. So we'll fill in 0.6 for e. The c value we do not know, but we know that the a value is 18. Now to solve this for c, you multiply by 18 on both sides to get 10.8. Now to find the b value, since that's what will help you find height, we need this equation. C squared equals a squared minus b squared. Fill in your values. Rearrange the equation, add b squared on both sides, subtract 10.8 squared on both sides. I'm going to go ahead and plug this into my calculator first this time, since I know I'm going to need it in this form with b squared for the equation anyways. Now to get b by itself, I'll square root that. Okay, the height is equal to 2 times b, so it's equal to 2 times 14.4. So the height of the sign should be 28.8 inches. Okay, next for part B, the equation. This is a horizontal ellipse. So I know I'm using the equation x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equals 1. Again, it's centered at the origin, so I just went ahead and plugged in 0 for h and k. So now I just fill in my a value and my b value, so I have 18 squared plus y squared over, I already know b squared right here, so instead of filling in b, I'm just going to go ahead and plug in b squared. So I'm going to plug in 207.36 equals 1. Okay, now I just need to simplify 18 squared. That's 324. And there's your answer. This equation represents the ellipse for the sign. Okay, finally, number 73. Explain why an ellipse becomes circular as the value of b approaches the value of a. So think about this. In an ellipse, whether we're talking about a horizontal ellipse or a vertical ellipse, remember, the a value represents, let me do a different color. The a value represents the center to the vertex along the major axis. The b value represents the center to the co-vertex along the minor axis. So if A and B are getting closer together, that means the distance from the center to the vertex is getting closer to the distance from the center to the co-vertex. When A and B are equal, they would both be the same distance. This would only happen in a circle. A only equals B in a circle. It's no longer an ellipse. If you wanted to think about this mathematically, remember C squared is equal to A squared minus B squared. So as B gets closer to the value of A, then B squared also will get closer to the value of A squared. And if B squared is getting closer to the value of A squared, then what that means is that C squared is approaching 0. Because think about it, if B squared and A squared are the same number, wouldn't that give you 0? If C is approaching 0, E also approaches 0 because E is equal to C divided by A. So as C gets closer to 0, we're dividing by a number, and E will also get closer to 0. As E gets closer to 0, the shape becomes more circular. So whether you like thinking about this graphically or algebraically, either way is the correct answer. Okay, go ahead and open your email. You will see a document in your inbox specifically for you. You have 3 questions. Read the instructions in the email. You only need to complete the first 2. The third one is optional. It's up to you whether you'd like to do it or not, but I ask that you please do each question in a separate video. Make sure you're recording yourself explaining through the entire problem, just as I explained to you, and then submit each recording in a separate assignment spot on Spartan Link. Good luck, guys. I know you can do this. Email me or post on the discussion board if you have questions. I really encourage you to post them on the discussion board so other people can see the answers too. Have a great weekend, guys. I'll talk to you on Monday. Bye.